We'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am in hallway 1, and this video has been, I guess we've been waiting for this. We're ready to move the female sulfurs to the other side next to Conan. And we've been working with him. He's gonna be totally hiding. He is between his water tub. You can see his tail right there sticking out. He's between his water tub and the wall. He has made very small amounts of progress. He is not to where he was in the house, but we haven't lost hope for him. I think that an animal that is put into a new environment could take up to 6 months to go right back to where they were. So as long as we're consistent and we work with him, I think he'll come back to where he was. But these females, let's see where she's at. She's probably gonna be between her water and the wall also. Oh, no. I actually see her nose right there. She's actually tucked under her log. You can see the tip of her yellow nose sticking out. So she is tucked under there. Good little shady, cool spot she has picked for herself. But we're moving them out of this side. Moving those two females next to the male will give me options as far as which one to put with that male, with the doors that we have on the enclosures. Oh look, there is no door on that other side. So we're gonna have to add a door. Maybe not during this video, but I will have to add a door later in that location for this pairing to be able to happen. There is a door for that female to be accessed by Alexander. So maybe we'll pick which one is larger and put her into this enclosure. Both have cycled and both have laid eggs twice, so we know that they're ready. So to get these enclosures ready, I know one of them still has a small hide box. One of them has a very large hide box, which would be great in the male sulfurs enclosure. But I guess if she's already using it, why not move her with it? Because all the water monitors will eventually have the larger boxes. So we'll get the hide boxes, but we also have to build the lay boxes. So I have to build it for both animals. So step 1, I'm gonna weed whack these enclosures, probably the couple surrounding ones I'll do real quick with the electric weed whacker. Cuts down a lot on the noise and the stress for the animals. And then I'll get the hide box built with the electrical popping out on the correct side. Like this one, the electric would have to come out on the left side of it. And the one the male's in, as you see, it's popping out on the right side, left side. It's alternating, just depending. It wouldn't work if it came out on the side of the wall, because it would hold the hide box over, and then it would cut down on the room for the lay box. We already have the buckets of soil ready to put into the lay box, so I'm gonna weed whack real quick, and then we'll get that hide box started. All right, we have the one hide box done. I have the 2 used heat mats that I took from 2 smaller hide boxes that I've removed from other enclosures in the past. I had those in my shop, and I realized that the one big one that we could move from the other side has the cords coming out the wrong side. And I can use that as an upgraded hide box for one of the other animals. Started building another one with the cord on the correct side, got it all the way to here. Thought that I had enough 3/4 plywood. It was non-pressure treated. So I only had enough to finish the one, and one of the females will get moved with her existing hide box. And as soon as I make it to Home Depot, then I'll get another sheet of 3/4 and I'll finish her hide. Okay, in the first enclosure, I just scratched back the dirt to the concrete slab and Tapconned in the heat mat, the Zoomed habitat heater that I use for heating the lay box. But I also have some other structure that has to go all the way down to the slab. So I'll show you what I do instead of removing all this dirt. I just remove that, then I'll show you in the next enclosure. This 2x2 is gonna be the depth of 23.5. That's gonna be the depth of the lay box. So I knew in this area, I could scrape it all the way down. Now that this is already installed, I can throw the dirt into the back. There's nothing that needs to go in that back corner. So I didn't have to move the dirt far. We need all that dirt in the lay box in the end. So that made it a lot easier. I do need to screw some plywood to this. This is that board that stops the animals from digging underneath their hide box slab. And the 2x2 supports actually can screw to that. And then there's a piece of plywood that goes on this side of that 2x2. There's another one that'll get added over there, and then a top piece. And that creates that wall, 2x2 across. I'll show you once one is all the way framed up. And then we need to put the corral boards on it and fill it up with dirt. Okay, I have both frames done. And now I have the boards cut, well, at least 3 of them to go across the front. I also have the plywood already installed on the side to hold the dirt in there so the hide box can slide out freely and has nothing to do. It's totally separate from that. I have both of them done, but while I'm working, the male sulfur, who is absolutely filthy from the mud, is hanging out on the screen. Like always, seems stressed about the camera, but he is getting better. One of the females is in her water, and you can see how pretty she is in the water. Beautiful bands on her. She actually looks like she may be cycling again. The Vivittatus male is out. I don't know if he wants to be filmed. He's getting more and more calm. Of course, Alexander is out watching us as well. Hey, buddy. And here's the other one, ready to go. Boards already cut. I think I determined that I wanted that to be a bottom one. So I'll go ahead and get the boards installed, screwed on there. And we have to do our little horseshoe shaped opening. And then we have to build our lids. Then we can load these guys up with dirt, and I think we'll be ready to transfer animals. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna finish that today. I've only got so much time. So we may have to continue this video the day after tomorrow. Gotta work tomorrow, so. Or maybe Kagan will put an attempt on moving these girls. Yeah, the Vivittatus, he's up on the screen there. You guys can see. I don't want to startle him. Maybe I can open the door and give you guys a better shot. He's out more and more. I wish you could see how beautiful his stripes are on his shoulders and back. He's eyeballing me like, what are you doing? But he's getting quite large. And he's getting more and more curious, which is great. Really cool to see. All right, I'm gonna get these boards screwed on. It seems like there's every afternoon rainstorms in every direction are starting to form. I'm hearing the thunder in the distance. So I'm gonna get plugging away and see what I can't finish. It's the end of the day. The rain held off, and I have both of the lay boxes. They actually look really nice with those boards that have that green patina. They almost look like something you'd buy at a furniture store. Well, not quite that finished, but the antique boards look that way. The reclaimed lumber, and the one in here. So they both need more dirt in them. I'm gonna try and talk Kagan into doing that tomorrow. If she can get the dirt in there and have them ready, and then the following day we can move these animals, which would be super cool. Who's that? Sunny. Sunny is with Diesel, the big black dragon. So she stays in the hide box with them, but I can't see that she started digging to separate them yet. So just keeping an eye on that situation. That would be a cool pairing if we got babies from them. But I think that's it for today.
Today is feeding day, right, Pete? Right, Pete? Today is feeding day, and Jerry's at work, so I get to give everybody a portion of food and feed them. So today, because this is in the same video as the moving the female sulfurs video, I'm going to be highlighting some of our favorite sulfur monitors for you guys. Now, Don't know if we're gonna get to see Conan on video eat or not. He has been coming around a little bit more, but is still kind of standoffish. But we're gonna be seeing a little bit of Alexander. I'll see if I can get some shots of the Sulfur Guru. What do you think, Alexander? You wanna come say hi? Alexander! And I've actually gotta come in here and finish weed whacking his enclosure because Jerry only did half of it yesterday before the weed whacker ran out of juice. So we've gotta finish the rest of it today. Oh, hey, buddy. What you doing, honey? Are you ready for some food today, Alexander? I bet you are. Luckily, I don't smell like chicken just yet. Hey, handsome. Hey, handsome. But we'll come back in once we have that chicken all prepped up, chopped up, ready to feed. And we'll start feeding some animals. All right, we're out here in Conan's enclosure. And he is currently in his hide box. Hey, buddy. You want some chicken? Come get some chicken. He wants some man. Yeah. Oh, look at that good boy. Look at that good boy. Let me back off while he's taking that bite so he can enjoy it without somebody in his face. All right, I've come and brought his food tray a little closer. You want a little egg? Come on. Yeah. So I was a little worried that the construction of the two lay boxes going on either side of him in this enclosure was going to disrupt him a little bit. But right now he seems just fine. He actually seems more confident today than in the last week. Oh yeah. Good job, buddy. I like to see him getting that confidence back for sure. And food is always a great motivator for these lizards for sure. It's hard to say no to some yummy food. Man, you're crushing it, buddy. You're crushing it. Yum. There's these last few little pieces. Right there. And you've got that last piece in your box, that's right. He's like, I'm going back for the big piece. Good job, bud. That's awesome, buddy. That is definitely the most confident meal that he has taken off of tongs since moving out here. That makes me very, very happy to see. There you go. A few last little bits. Good job, buddy. Alexander, did you hear? We named today Sulfur Day. Oh yeah, gotta rub it on the ground a little bit. That's their seasoning. I just like it to be covered with a little bit of grit first. There you go, buddy. Alexander is certainly good at maneuvering that drumstick to best fit. All right, buddy, so we've got some different stuff today. We've got a little bit more chicken in your plate. We've also got some quail eggs for you. He has just started going through another shed cycle, ever growing. And he is nice and bright and beautiful underneath that clean shed. Oh no! That's okay. He'll happily eat that yolk out of the dirt, won't you, bud? Oh, we got a little stand-up. Got a little stand-up action. Yeah! Awesome. We got one little tiny piece of chicken left. There you go. Now all you got is a bunch of eggies. See, these are a little smaller than what I'm used to. Oh, it's stuck on the end of his nose. That looks pretty good, Alexander. That looks super yummy. Oh, he found the one tiny piece of chicken. Such a handsome guy, Alexander. He's a handsome, bobansome boy. Oh no, Alexander, what are you? Oh my gosh. You are a mess, bud. You are a mess. Look at that. How are you gonna get all that, huh? Well, at least it'll give him something to do, I suppose. Alright. I'm gonna leave him to enjoy his yolk off the ground there. Alright, now I'm trying to see. This is that very shy female sulfur. It's just to the right of Alexander. And oh, there's our noggin. Hey, darling. This girl is absolutely beautiful. She's probably one of my favorites here, and I just never get to see her because she's so stinking shy. But I was hoping maybe I could get a shot of her. She doesn't know what to think of the camera. All right, I'm gonna let her be. Leave those quail eggs for her there to find. Or just a little bit back closer to the door. She'll find them. So the sulfur guru male is out right now. However, I have better interactions with him when he's not down there in that corner. I have better interactions when he's up here on the shelf. So I'm gonna try coming around to his face, not his side. And he's never tongue fed for me. Yeah. There he goes. Got some good chicken there, bud. Oh, you dropped it. He's pretty unsure about that. Onyx says, I will gladly eat it for you. My other task for today is, I know Jerry yesterday had started filling up the lay boxes that he built yesterday for those two female sulfurs. He had started filling up their lay boxes with dirt, but today I get to finish filling them up. Pete's gonna help me, right, Pete? Yeah, come on. Get up there, Pete. We're gonna get the golf cart over to the dirt pile with a bunch of buckets and start hauling some dirt. Okay, just finished up. Very dirty. Just finished up with loading up all that dirt and just felt the first raindrop. I have been racing these thunder clouds that have been rolling in. They've been lightning in the distance, thundering. Pete's ready to go inside, and we just finished up with getting these dirt and these lay boxes, so we've got that in there. Let's get the other one, bud. And I do have 2 extra buckets of dirt in the hallway, just in case we wanted to fill them up a little bit more, but that's pretty full to me, at least to the entrance there. We'll see what Jerry says. There's Alexander. You ready to meet your new housemate, Alexander? Or your neighbor, rather? All right, what do you think, Pete? I think Pete says it's time to go inside. It's about to rain. I have to agree with him. It is time to go inside.
Okay, it is the day after the next day. Yesterday I worked and Kagan got the dirt into these lay boxes. Both of them she got to just about the height of the doorway, and even with the heat mat, that's a nice full lay box. I think the monitors will be very happy with that. But we do have to put a piece of wood here. We have some extra chunks of log just to make it an easier transition to climb up there. So we'll put a piece of wood there on each of them, and then maybe just a little bit more dirt around there. Oh, very interesting. First sperm plug I saw in the male Sulfurs water right
Second.
now. Oh, second. Well, that's a good sign that he's coming to maturity. So now we need to move the females, or work towards moving them. Today I'll get the plywood to finish the other hide box. So this one has the box, this enclosure doesn't, but I'll have that by the end of the day today. But we want to make a transition that is as smooth as possible. It's very hot, so Pete's like under our feet, trying to be inside of the enclosure with us. Pretty sure she's behind her water. She's choosing not to use this hide box right now. So we may just remove that hide box altogether, and then we'll remove her. We'll put a transition box in here. Or transition? That's not the right word for it. Transfer box. These are the 2 different sizes I have. This is a small one. Do you think one of those females will fit in there? The male did.
If Conan did,
I think she's the smaller one. She may squeeze into this. She may actually prefer something nice and tight and confined. And then once she crawls in it, just close it, spin that around. She can't get out, and then we'll carry her to the other enclosure and then open it. And then she can come out without any stressful handling. And then this is the larger one we'll put in the larger females enclosure over here. We may screw a board. We can do that right now on her box. She is underneath that log right now. She ate most of her food yesterday, but not all. So Kagan is gonna just screw a board so she can't get in there. Those 3-inch screws are not always easy unless you put a lot of pressure on them to just drive them in. So the next step will be for me to put, if you work the camera indoor, the transfer box. There you go, Pete. Make that enclosure there. She's still right there hiding. And then lastly, we're going to remove this hide spot that she'll use on the other side of her water. And these will be cleaned out thoroughly, and then they're going to go into their new enclosures for them this afternoon. And then hopefully by the end of today, we can move them easily without any stress. Well, it's a couple days later. It's been raining every afternoon. You can see the enclosures are very damp. I think I'm gonna level that ground out a little bit before I put this water tub there. It's a little low. That female whitethroat had excavated that corner. Or I could move a little dirt around, because I do want to top these enclosures off with some cleaner dirt. So maybe I'll move some dirt around, get it into that corner, get the water there. These females are not choosing the transfer boxes. And as much as I want this to be a stress-free move, it has to happen. We've removed their waters. They've had rainwater every day. So they've gotten a couple inches of water on their bottom, and then it's cleared out. And this one female is choosing to hide behind this log every day. It seems to be her place to hide. And the other female seems to be elevating herself over the door. And that's kind of what they've chosen. So we're gonna have to reach up there. The male bivitatus is looking really good. I've been trying to get a good shot of him for you. And maybe in editing, I can zoom in a little better. It's okay, buddy. See, I don't want to stress him. But he's going through a shed. It's getting a lot of size. If someone's looking for a good looking male monitor, he has, you know, he's not ready to be handled. He will eat off the tongs, and he is always out. So he's past that part of always hiding. You can see he's tongue flicking, so he's curious. I've had, you know, the tongue feeding interactions, but we haven't taken it further than that. But he is a good looking male, and he's probably about 4.5 foot long. So he's right at that size where he's gonna start getting like really nice size for somebody. We will let him go for sure for a good price. But I'm gonna put my hands on these females and move them over. I did get the pressure treated plywood, like I said. I finished that other hide box. I'll get that in there, and probably won't film transferring the females because I don't like to show them being stressed out. They're gonna be stressed out, but I would show you guys once they're transferred into their enclosures. I will have some video of them actually enjoying the new space. Okay, now this was supposed to come out in a previous video, but it just didn't happen. And you know us over here, we don't like to stress out the animals. The female guru had laid eggs. She's either stayed on the screen. We couldn't get her to go in the hide box on her own, in which we can block her in. But today she's in there. So I was able to screw this 2x12 scrap over there. So she's confined in that box. And now we have access to her lay box. She has smoothed it all over to conceal where she laid her eggs. So Kagan wants to give a shot at digging up the eggs this time, which is, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be looking for where the ants are. I just walked in here and, oh, well, I could see they have a trail going across right in the middle. Yeah, we're gonna have to do an ant treatment. It's, as usual, out of control. The ticks have subsided though, so I don't see too many ticks at all. But maybe that's because it's summer and it's too hot for them.
Maybe. And
we're out here working. It's too hot for ticks. It's not too hot for ants. Oh man. All right, we're gonna start digging. So actually, as all this was happening, the female sulfur in this enclosure that was hiding underneath that palm tree log actually chose the hide box after I stole that board off, blocking her from going into that big, her original hide box. So she's in the, me and words, the transfer box. She is in the transfer box. The latch is over it. She can't push out. So now all we have to do is just carry that straight across the hallway, and that is not stressful for her. So that's good. I only have to stress out the one that I have to put my hands on above the doorway. And this tree frog just jumped on my head and peed on me. Awesome. Well, Kagan found them, but it's in very wet soil and they already don't smell good. So, I mean, it's, even if they were good, they're drowned.
That one's plump.
Well, and set them where they stay upright. I'll go grab a tray, but I'm gonna assume
Wow.
Yeah, set that up right, don't let it roll.
Yeah.
I'll go grab a tray real quick. All right, Kagan dug up a nice tray of eggs. There are 6 of them that look plump. We'll see what they look like. I know there's been all that debate over whether or not I should rinse them off. The ones I haven't rinsed off, I've had failures and successes. I actually, on the eggs that I have rinsed off, I haven't lost one. And my concern with the fact that my soil is bioactive, it could have, you got a little mud on the tip of your nose. Well, yeah, I guess you couldn't wipe it off with anything, could you? She's covered. Now, Kagan volunteered for this. It's not a fun job, is it?
I think it's easier pulling a clutch of eggs from a reticulated python.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's it's about your skill level.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe easier for some, more difficult for others. So the female guru is in the box, curled up there, and everything is put back together in her enclosure, and we will leave her alone to explore, but at least she didn't see anything happening. And now we'll get to moving. Well, we'll get these eggs rinsed off, the good ones in the incubator, if there are any, and then get this other female sulfur moved. Well, we have our tray of eggs rinsed off, and we were walking in from the house, and we've got a yellow rat tucked in behind the gutter, probably hunting lizards. Looks like it's got a little lump in its belly. Kind of an odd place to be resting, but maybe it's safe. I don't think a bird would see him there. He's got his head tucked in the middle. Pretty cool. All right, well, we have that tray. I got a tray of albino eggs that obviously we have no debate that these are not good eggs. They were unfertilized in the first place, but you never know. I didn't put the 2 of them together because they haven't been selling. So I don't want more babies that I can't sell. But we're gonna go ahead and get the saran wrap, 3 little holes in it over this, and we'll get it in the incubator. And at the same time, Kagan is checking on some ball python eggs that she's got in there. They're giant.
Big guys.
Yeah.
That one looks like a potato.
And this is exactly the behavior that we are hoping to see here. I'm gonna try and be quiet. The male sulfur is right there, hanging on the screen. I'll try and zoom in on that. And right on the other side of the screen is the female sulfur. Oh. And this should be good timing, I think, from her cycle. So, you'll see, this is the one actually that I had to put my hands on. The other one I got to move. So I'm gonna back off and not stress her out. But what I'm gonna do is this afternoon at the end of the day, open that door and see. That would be an amazing way to finish the video with the 2 of these guys together. And the other female, she is, oh, I'm gonna walk around real quick. She's in her water. I think she's the larger of the 2. She's sitting in her water. Now this is the one that didn't have the stressful move. She was, I don't know if you guys are seeing her. I'm not seeing it well through the GoPro. This is the one that went in the transfer box and moved easily. Pretty cool. All right, it's the next day. And, you know, I had said earlier in the video that there wasn't a door between these 2 enclosures and I just have to add it later. And then yesterday afternoon, I got excited about their behavior, walked over here to open the door, and it doesn't exist. Totally forgot that I had said that earlier. So I've already cut the trim board. You can see in the enclosure next to us, the door, and as it looks, it's quite easy to add on when I skip over them. I already have my measurement for the top. I've already screwed this on. I just need to trim it first. And then I can actually trim the inside piece before I cut straight down for there. And then the hinges are connecting that side. And then I can cut so far down, add the lock, cut the rest of the way down. Then I can trim it so the door doesn't rub too bad. I only need a minimal gap. It's a very simple door. And the hinges and everything are to the outside. So you guys will get to see this real quick door add-on process the way I do this divider. It's super simple. On the other side, I had already pre-measured knowing I was gonna do a door, and you see these screws right here. These boards are attached right here. I will attach this one first, and then I have to undo those screws. That support board on the other side is gonna fall off, and the new trim piece is what's going to hold these two together. So I am going to get started. Okay, now it's trimmed out. Now I need to do the small trim for the actual moving door. And once I have that trim on, I can cut that side, put the hinges on, cut that side, put the lock set on there. And then we'll get to open the door this way, and the male, who is now getting much more comfortable and he's out when I'm in here, we'll be able to get to the female on the other side. Okay, I've got the pass-through door done. While I was putting the door together, with all of Conan's shyness, he actually came down, walked through my boots, and started eating. His food tray was right here, and I was working on the door right here. So I feel very confident that he's gonna fully be tame again. So this is it. The door works. It's very wet in here because we just did waters. You see the waters are crystal clear. We just dumped the waters out and filled them up. So he's watching us. Hopefully he sees that door is open and he goes and explores. They were at the screen by each other when I walked back after lunch. So let's see what happens this afternoon. Maybe he'll find his way in there. That would be awesome.
So I came out here just to do an ending to this video. I'm gonna have to talk a little bit quietly just because these are two kind of more quiet animals and I don't want to disturb them. We opened the doors to their enclosures yesterday and they seem to be getting along great. They had very peaceful interactions. They were basking together on the shelf at one point. So that is a great sign that they are already comfortable with each other. Let's see if I can get a shot here of you. It's kind of hard to see you. But hopefully that pairing takes, because it would be absolutely incredible to see sulfur babies out of, I think, all the animals here, besides maybe blackthroats. Blackthroats are really cool too, but I would really love to see some sulfur babies. But oh, look at you looking so proud, Alexander, sitting up on your shelf, buddy. I think that's all for this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in to see us move these sulfurs around, and until next time.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.